my name is Chloe, and today we're starting a new video because I have been hearing more and more people, like always, I hear people talk about this If I Run series by Terry Blackstock, and now I have read this first one before, and I gave it 3.5 stars, didn't love it nearly as much as I expected to, and so I haven't finished the series, and now I don't remember, it's been a couple years at least since I read this first one, and so I decided that I'm going to test it out and see, do I actually like this trilogy? Because I have the first two on my shelf, and I placed a Pango order to go ahead and get the third. And I just want to binge this and see what all the hype's about. Because maybe part of my complaint was the wrong book at the wrong time. Or maybe it was because I didn't read the whole trilogy. Or maybe, I don't know. I just want to know for sure if I'm going to like this or not. Or if they're all just kind of middle of the road stories for me. So if you haven't heard of this series, I think Oshina from Oshina Gotta Read 'Em All, she was the one that I heard most recently talking about this. Because this is not a new book. And clearly mine's well loved and used. But I really like Terry Blackstock. I've read quite a few of her series. She is a Christian fiction thriller, dystopian type writer. And I really like her stuff. This one, let's see, came out in 2016. So it's been out a hot minute. And I read the first one, didn't love it. But anyway, so this premise, the premise of the series is well, I don't know. The premise of this first book is about a girl named Casey who goes and finds her best friend dead. And she immediately runs because she thinks that she's going to be convicted of it because she's there. Her fingerprints are all over the place. She tried to do like CPR and everything. And yeah, so she looks very guilty, I guess. Now, my complaint about the book is like that premise in the first place is bogus. Like if you're a good person and all of that, like why do you run unless you feel guilty in some capacity? Like call the police. When you find him dead, call the police. Book over. Like, I don't know. So like the premise is hard. It says Casey Cox's DNA is all over the crime scene. There's no use talking to police. They failed her abysmally before. So her dad died and they kind of gave up on the case. And so she has to flee before she's arrested or worse. The truth doesn't matter anymore. But what is the truth? And so the family of this best friend ends up hiring his like childhood best friend, who is a guy named Dylan. He is a ex-Army officer who was discharged because of extreme PTSD. And now he's back and wants to know what happened. And so the family hires him as like a private investigator to try to track down Casey because Casey is on the run. And so yeah, the crime scene seems to tell the whole story. Details of the murder aren't adding up. Casey Cox doesn't fit the profile of a killer. So as she's on the run, he's trying to find her and everybody's like, she couldn't have done this. Like there's no way. And so like I don't know. I don't understand why she ran. And so now it's a cat and mouse chase, and I'm assuming it's going to turn into a romance. But it's a cat and mouse chase, him trying to find her and him always being one step behind. Now, as we're getting both perspectives, which I really like. And so Casey is she's not a Christian. So like I said, this is a Christian fiction series, but she's not a Christian. She's not a believer, but she is a believer in doing good. And so she it's almost like cheesy how good she is and how like she's at this rest stop and decides to clean the bathroom and stuff and like just to help out. And I don't know. And she cannot stop talking. Like she cannot stop talking. You're on the run, lady. You're trying to reinvent yourself, lady. You're trying to not be found. Like stop talking. I mean, she is making friends everywhere she goes. And as a extroverted person, I can understand that. Like the need to know other people's stories and get involved in other people's business. But you're on the run. You're trying to and so she's like the dumbest criminal who's not actually even a criminal. And I don't know. I'm like 40% of the way through because I started last night and didn't want to listen to a ton of it before I was able to talk to you guys, but you know, the night times are hard around here. So, I don't know, like I am just having a hard time buying into the premise, buying into the fact that like, this is even continuing to go on. And I don't know. And like, I don't know, there was an intense conversation around suicide and a very, I don't know. I could see it being very hard to stomach for some people, depending on your experience. But Anyway, that is where we're at with this book. Like I like her. I empathize with her, I guess. Like I'm trying to put myself in that situation, but I just don't understand why it even exists. Like, why did she run? I mean, I get that she doesn't trust the police. I get that the police in this town are a little sketch, but I mean, now they're still looking for her unless you're going to like flee the country and enter witness protection. Like, are you committing or what is happening? And so there is also like a side story that's starting. And I remember this is one of my big complaints about the book the first time I read it, is there's like, because she has met somebody. And so there's a side story going on about something that happened to this woman's daughter. And it felt unnecessary and kind of out of place the first time I read it. And so we'll see if I feel that way this time. It does have pretty short chapters. It's very easily readable. Like I said, we get both perspectives. So that's that. So I'm going to read all three, hopefully like vlog our weekend. Today is Saturday. And two of my kids are crafting. One is eating. One is laying on her play mat. They're all right here. And the sun is shining, but it's still chilly out. However, yesterday we had not our entire house, a lot of our house sprayed with new insulation because the insulation was junk in this house. And that's how we've had mold issues. And I mean, our house is just falling apart. And so we had a lot of like construction stuff done yesterday. And so our driveway is a mess because my husband is redoing the closet and all of that kind of stuff. So today is going to be cleanup. We also inside we started a toy organization project, and so that just cleanup is the plan for today, and hopefully getting outside a little bit. And then I have a Patreon live show tonight, and so that's that. But tomorrow we're doing something fun, so stay tuned. I will update probably when I finish this book, and it'll probably be tonight or tomorrow morning because I really only have a chance to listen to audio or read at night. And so probably won't see me till tomorrow, but we'll see how this goes. Hey everyone, so it's the next day, and really nothing vloggable happened yesterday. I'm trying to think what we even did. Like, nothing exciting. Played inside and then played outside, and the same stuff you guys see all the time. I had my Patreon live show, which was fun, but it was kind of a quicker one because one of my kids spiked a fever midday, and seems like we are just never going to get out of sick season this year. And so, yes, yesterday evening was a little touch and go, and so stressful stuff for me. So yeah, anyway, that means I finished this book because I was up late last night and a lot last night. And so if I run, I went back and looked at my review before, and it said I read it when I was like in the middle of a slump. And so I'm another reason I'm really glad I reread this. However, truthfully, guys, I think I liked it less the second time around. So we're following our main character, Casey. She's on the run, and she thinks the cops are not going to believe her, that they're kind of crooked cops because of what happened with her father's death years and years ago. And so she doesn't trust these cops. So she goes, finds her friend dead, and obviously puts her DNA everywhere trying to like save him. And then somehow the murder weapon winds up in her car, whatever. So she feels like she's got to go. So she goes, and she's a dumb, not criminal. And also just so happens to like stumble upon this other case of a girl that was missing for a long time. Like, she just so happened to make friends with the right people, see the right things, that has been like a cold case, and she figured it out. And so there is a larger overarching kind of storyline going on with the cops and the corruptness, and multiple people involved, including her dad, including her best friend that died, including like multiple people. And so that is like an overarching storyline that goes, I think, through all three books. And so that's fine. But I feel like what happened is Terry Blackstock had one story and thought, the marketing would be better, the money would be better if we could make this 3 stories. So let's go ahead and split this into 3, add random other cases that this girl figures out, and make it 3 books, because these are all short. They're all like 300 pages maybe. And I don't know. And so Casey, our main character, I just don't like her. It's too good to be true. Like I said, she is just this angel on earth, yet she's not a Christian. She's just a good person. And gosh, I don't know. She's too good to be true. It almost felt juvenile, and especially the way like the secondary plot line was so convenient. It felt like YA maybe, like, and I don't say that as a criticism to YA. I just mean this felt like an introductory thriller, and again, I don't mean that as a criticism for people who liked it, because I even looked on YouTube and everything while I was walking the baby around yesterday trying to get her to sleep, and I wanted to watch some reviews about this book. And I couldn't find any negative reviews. So I am 100% in the minority here. And I thought it was cheesy. I don't love our main character. I do like Dylan. Dylan is a man of faith. And so as we're going on, there's more and more of faith conversation about that. And they're finding out they have more in common. The dead guy's parents are the ones who hired Dylan to try to find her, and they are hell bent on the fact that she did this. And so whatever, but I just don't know, like, I don't know. There's a lack of believability and everything with this that's kind of holding me back. So now I'm halfway through already the second book, If I'm Found. And this picks up exactly where this first one left off. So you absolutely cannot read this out of order. But this picks up immediately. She's still on the run. Things are still happening. She's still involved in other cases. And yet somehow she's not trackable because she keeps changing her identity. And she, like, first finally had the, like, existential crisis of, like, oh, I guess I'm going to be running forever. And, like, oh, I guess I'm not going to know my niece. Oh, you know, like, all this. And her suspicion or, like, paranoia that the cops are corrupt is not unfounded. I mean, that makes sense. And so it just doesn't seem like, I don't know, like, it seems like there's better ways to go about this. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like there's better ways to go about this. So, I am, like, these are, like, 7-hour audiobooks, and listening on 2 times speed, that means they're 3.5 hours. Unfortunately, between yesterday afternoon and this morning, I was up a lot more than 3.5 hours, and so, listening to these is easy enough, but I honestly don't know if I want to read the third one. And just because I'm not really interested, because it's cheesy and it's, I don't know, I'm just not that intrigued, because it's like, okay, so she's being this hero, and like, even they talked about, like, the contradictory nature of the fact that she is, like, this wanted criminal and this hero because she found this missing girl, and all the situation around that. And so yeah, I don't know. So that's where we're at. So today is Sunday. And like I said, one of my kids is sick. So I think maybe we're going to watch church here soon. I don't know. I don't know. My parents are coming up today. And so that's exciting. They have been gone for like a couple months. And so they are coming up today to kind of help out, because I am taking the big two to Disney on Ice. And so that'll be fun. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the baby, because I will be gone too long. Like, I'll have to either pump or feed her. And so I'm not sure what's going to happen. My 2-year-old is not going because it's during nap time. And so I didn't want to cross that bridge and deal with that and try to entertain her through a 2-hour show, because I'm not sure she would make it. So I really have no idea how today is going to play out. I don't know, but it'll be great to have an extra set of hands. And we're doing takeout for dinner tonight, because I think we'll get home at like 5:30, 5:45. And so just not worrying about dinner is great. And yeah, so that's the day. The day is going to be filled with snuggles and trying to heal a sick kiddo. So yeah, that is everything. So we will check in. I mean, I don't, like, one, I feel like I can't say that much about subsequent books because they do just follow directly. And 2, I don't want to just, like, bash the heck out of this, especially because I know so many people love it. So, I will be back on, but I'll try to be a little more positive.
And I'm burned by the morning light. I make the same mistake more than twice. Same song, but brand new dance. I wear out my 3rd chance. You take my breath and I can't get it back. Might be time for me to face the facts. The best me is with you, but I know I gotta.
Hey everyone. So Disney on Ice was really fun yesterday. It ended up working out fine. My husband took the sick kiddo and stayed in the car, and I took the big girls, and we went. And my complaint about it, this is the Disney on Ice Let's Dance. And so the Mickey crew was like the MCs for the show. So they did the opening act, and then we went into a movie, and we did one like of the hero for the movie, one of the villain, and then one kind of all cast. And not even like, there were just a lot of scary things, and there were like pyrotechnics and all this kind of stuff that we ended up leaving at intermission, as did a lot of people, because it was really long. It was like 2 hours, which for little kids and ADD moms is long. And but it was fun. And then we came home, and my parents were here, and with the fourth kiddo, and so then everybody played outside, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful evening. So great way to start the week into Sunday, all of that. And so now today, we've still got a sick kiddo, and I called the doctor, and we're going to take her in tomorrow if she still has it, because I'm assuming it's viral. And, it's our baby that's sick, and she's had so many viruses lately. And they said, yeah, you always either have one awful year. It's either when you're a baby and you have big siblings, when you are a toddler and you're going to daycare for the first time, or when you are a kindergartner going to kindergarten. So I guess I'm glad that she's a baby and she's easiest to take care of, but poor little girl is just having a hard time. So reading wise, I finished this book last night because, as you can guess, it was a long night. I feel like broken record. So I finished this, and this one, so it just picks up exactly where the first one leaves off. So I'm not going to say a ton about it, because I don't want to give away anything, but it continues the cat and mouse chase between Dylan trying sort of to find Casey, and Casey on the run. The story of the corrupt police. Again, she runs into a story, like a case of child abuse that she can't help but get involved in. And so she's touted like the whole time as this like brilliant criminal, and it's laughable. And so my complaint about the series, truthfully, is I wish that all three books were one book, and we had either one side storyline or no side storylines, and we just kind of focused. But Terry Blackstock did not ask me when she wrote this. So the same thing, we're watching her faith develop, because in the first book she was not a Christian. In this one she has found God, and she is a Christian. And her and Dylan, their friendship, relationship, whatever, is forming. So it's fine. Does it need to be its whole own book? No. We still get both perspectives, which is great. And we also get a third perspective of one of the cops. And so that's interesting. And then continuing on, I'm already halfway done with this book, because that's the kind of night it was. And so it's kind of hard to like even talk about a series when like I can't definitively remember where, like, because they just bleed one into the next. And so it's hard to remember exactly where that one ended and that one began, but it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to tell you very much, except, again, same story. It's like lather, rinse, repeat. The first two have been 3 stars for me. You're probably thinking, why are you continuing if this is like a 3-star series that you don't love? And I do want to know the conclusion of, like, are these cops corrupt, and are they going to get is justice going to be served? Is she going to be on the run for the rest of her life, or what's she going to do? And as much as like the characters are kind of eye-rolly, I'm kind of endeared to them because it's 3 books, but I am really ready to be done with this and to move on to my next read and have it not be this. I'm assuming this is going to be another 3-star read, and so I really regret, you guys. I did the whole Pingo haul, 24 books, just to get this one book. And I mean, there were others that I was interested in that were like happy accidents, but it's not even here yet. And I'm already thinking I'm going to unhaul this book. This is the library copy. So I'm already thinking I'm going to unhaul the book that I literally just bought. So that's exciting. So, anyway, that's the update. Today is just kind of lay low, school. Kind of going to be a gloomy day, but it's one of our sweet friends' birthday, so we might try to take her a little something. We've got gymnastics, and then my parents will be here this evening. So hopefully a fun time. So I will update when I finish it.
To prove, they think we're too damaged to fix, but we're just working through a little rust. They like to say we're just young, but I know we won't give this up. Sometimes
everyone. So it's actually a couple days later because we started softball, and my parents came up to visit, and we have just had kind of a jam-packed schedule, and so I haven't had a minute to sit down. But today is going to be 82 degrees. It's currently only like high 50s, low 60s, but it is shaping up to be a beautiful day. And we're going to rock the sweatshirt all day because all I have is like plain white t-shirts that I work out in, but otherwise all I've got is long sleeve because of the mold situation that is still going on in my house. So that is what we're doing. We're just outside enjoying the beautiful, beautiful weather. And I thought I would get on and update you on If I Live. So I have finished this, and it was honestly my favorite of the series because there's no side plot. We're just wrapping everything up. We're just figuring all the things out. We're figuring out who done it, why, all the things, and getting the bad guy. The cat and mouse is over. And so this is definitely like, there's the romance culminates in this one. All of it happens in this one, of course. And so I stand by firmly that this should be one book with less side stuff, and it should be, yeah, because this part is like the last third or 25% of a book where everything happens really quickly, and it was really entertaining, but also very eye-rolly. And so I don't know, I enjoyed this. Like I enjoyed this one the most. However, it's a 3-star series for me. I really can't say anything specific because obviously it's the third in a series, a trilogy that follows one right after another. But truthfully, guys, I don't get the hype. I think there are so many more better thrillers. I think there's better Christian fiction thrillers. I think it could all be done better. I think our characters were caricatures where like she's too good to be true, and it's just all like, I don't know. It just, I don't get it. So if you love it, let me know why. And I say that respectfully. Like I know so many people love it, and I'm in the minority, and I don't know if it's because I do read more, like a lot of thrillers. I don't know what the deal is. It was just not it for me. So now it's Thursday by the time I'm filming this, even though I finished on like Monday or Tuesday, and so I'm gonna have to rush edit. So I'm gonna stop chitter chattering here and let you go. Let me know your thoughts on the If I Run series. I don't want to dissuade anybody from picking it up because, like I said, so many people love it. So I just don't get it. It's just not for me. So I'm gonna probably keep it on my shelves just because. Why am I like this? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop jibber jabbering. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.